Day 2 of the Palm Beach County Open. We got to get into it and finish off this 2-day tournament. Kat started to feel bad. She was actually getting sick with what I am now getting over. So she only was able to stay for the front 9. So we're going to do this one a little bit different. We're just going to go shot by shot through the entire front 9 and talk about how this tournament went. First hole is a par 5. We're actually playing it as a par 4 though. So we looked at this hole the night before and we really weren't sure what to do with it off the tee since I don't have a 3-wood. But thankfully they moved the tees up and it was pretty much just green light driver over the trees into the second half of the fairway. Do just that. I mean, absolutely bombed the drive here. I thought it was trailing a little too far left. Turns out that's where the fairway is. So we're sitting in the fairway. Again, green light right at this pin, about 122 yards. Wind is a little hurt, so we're going to take a full 50-degree here. And just play to the safe side of the hole, which in this case is the right side. I don't want to get too far away from the pin, but my target is just, probably a flagstick right of the pin. Now we have a birdie look on the first hole inside of 15 feet. Not much else you can really ask for. Off to a great start. Unfortunately, like many putts in Palm Beach for me, this one doesn't fall. So par the first hole to start off. With the birdie look, 2 fantastic swings. I'm already feeling way better than yesterday. Step up to the tee, 145 yards on the par 3 second, and hit a shot that I didn't know I was capable of hitting, to be honest with you. This pitching wedge went so far left that I thought it was outside of the golf course. Luckily, stayed in play and ended up with about a 25-yard pitch here. And you can see I'm standing over the ball for so long, like a full 12 seconds before hitting the ball, which is just forever in the golf world and something we're going to talk about towards the end of this video. But luckily we do get up and down for par here. Don't make easy work of the short par 3, but a 3 is a 3. Next tee shot, a little bit in between clubs here. We got 383 yards. I'm going to go with a 5-iron off the tee, give us something to play. Did not catch the 5-iron how I wanted, but right down the middle at about 215. Not much else you can ask for there. This is going to leave me with a knockdown 9-iron into the pin. I'm trying to play this pretty safe. Just play it out to the middle of the green here. As you can see, I hit the green about pin high. I mean, it's hit a perfect golf shot here. Really nothing else I could have asked for. I was very happy with it. And so at this point you're wondering, hey Ben, you hit the green. Why are you standing next to a water hazard? I was finding myself asking the same question, to be honest with you. I hit the middle of this green and it bounced over and rolled down and across the cart path and almost in the water. Regardless, as you can see here, bad lie. I go completely under the golf ball. Classic chip shot from a bad lie. Leave it short, and I do my very best to chip in the next one. Give it a run, but it goes right by the hole. So we got a little bit of a tester coming back for our bogey. We step up and drain that. So it's been wild. 3 holes in, and we are testing ourselves early and often. One thing that was going really well today was off the tee, especially with the 5-wood. Here we take the first 5-wood off the tee of the day, and it is just absolutely piped down the middle. Can't ask for anything else. Unfortunately, we have this putt to save par after an errant approach shot. As you can see there, another putt that doesn't fall. So a tap-in bogey. Another 5-wood off the tee here, 373-yard hole. And I absolutely hammer this thing. Leaves us with 98 yards to the pin. So just over 270 with the 5-wood, which, it's helpful to hit a 5-wood 270 sometimes. That is not my stock yardage. That is like absolutely nuked it yardage. Regardless, we're looking at an easy little 58-degree that we're just going to put right beside the pin, which we do exactly that. As you can see, this ball lands right by the pin, just to the right of it. Just pushed it a hair. I missed on the side I didn't want to miss on, but to be fair, it's perfect distance. It's totally fine. No, it's not. It's over the back of the green again. Not a clue how this ball ends up here. 98 yards with 58-degree, landing at pin high, bounces over the green somehow. So worst possible scenario, we are short-sighted and well under the hole. There's probably a 6-foot height difference here between us and hole. Green running away from us, terrible lie. Really, this shot here is don't scull it over the green. It's get the club on the ball and keep it in play and try to chip the next one in, because you're not going to keep it on the green from where we're at. And we don't. Thankfully, we do have a putt at it. Gave it a good read, didn't give it enough on the speed. And we're just going to go ahead and tap in for a third bogey in a row. And this is where we're at with these 2 days. It's just a loose shot here, an unlucky bounce there, and now we're 3 over through 5. I've hit nothing but great shots. Hit a great 9-iron that bounces over the green. Great 5-wood, good 58 degree, bounces over the green and short-sided again. And this is the frustrating part, where adversity starts piling up. I don't react as well as I could. And I get a little bit frustrated with how well we're hitting the ball and how poorly we're scoring. So next hole, 374 yards. Again, can't go driver here, so we're going to take a 5-wood off the tee. Absolutely pure it, right down the middle. Give ourselves a little knockdown pitching wedge into this hole. Something like 130. Just with the wind, we're trying to hold it up there. And I hit it really well, but I missed it to the right, which is the safe side. And it's unfortunately like a 25, 30-foot putt, which is not the kind of putt you want to leave yourself, especially if this is up and over a hill. Poorly judged on the speed, and I just blow it by. So give myself a chance at par, albeit from about 7 feet away, and that one just hangs on the lip, doesn't go in. So we've 3-putted now, another loose hole. Now we've got an unforced error with a 3-putt. That should just not be happening, especially from inside of 30 feet. Really frustrated with this 4-hole stretch of 4 bogeys in a row on all short par 4s. And I hit great tee shots on every single one of them. So that's incredibly disappointing. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I'd love for you to join the journey. I promise I don't always make 4 bogeys in a row. This is a low light, but there's a lot of highlights. And so join the gallery, hit subscribe, hit the like if you like the video, and share it with someone who you think could use it, or needs to hear this message of never giving up on your dreams and doing things that scare you. That's ultimately what I'm after here. Is we move on to the next par 3, and I'm already in a battle mentally, just trying to keep myself in, and I feel like I've gotten pretty hard done by so far. And we have a 200-yard par 3. I'm going to take a 7-iron because the wind is helping us, and I felt really good about it, hit it really well. Just hits just short on the fringe there and rolls back down to where we find ourselves here. Short-sided again if you're keeping track at home. Not missing in the right spots. Just absolutely not missing in the right spots. I actually was in between clubs here for a while. Me and Anthony kind of talked about this shot. We did end up going with just a little bump off the hill with a 50 degree, which was the right play. It was a safe play. It was smart. And I hit it really well, pretty much exactly what I wanted to do here. Just rolls out past the pin. Again, short-sided. It's hard to stop it close, especially on quicker greens. Our first par in quite a while sets us up on the next tee, feeling a little bit better. Again, this is a par 5 that we were playing as a par 4, but we do get to bring the driver out again for the first time since hole 1, so not a ton of drivers on the front 9. Another great tee shot. So after a pretty decent approach shot, we got about 25 feet here for birdie. I don't know if you can really see it in this video, but it almost goes in, just hangs on the lip and lips out. But a solid par leads us to hole 9, 4 over. Hole 9, we take a pretty aggressive line off the tee here, but during the swing, my body compensates and plays a little more conservative. So I just pulled it a little bit left, which is totally fine, nice and safe right down the middle of the fairway. Again, great drive. Next shot is a knockdown 54 degrees, probably about 119 yards. And I actually didn't get it all the way back to the pin. This ball had a lot more spin on it than I thought it would. So we're left with about 20 feet for birdie, which again, we gave it our all. Great read, great speed. Just doesn't go in. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason in these 2 days, putts did not want to go in for me. They hated me. Obviously not the 2 days we wanted. I think I played much better than that score indicates. But I think the big takeaway is this. You've seen in these videos today how long I'm standing over the golf ball. We're talking consistently 12 seconds from addressing the ball to impact. And that is just way too long. Oberg is a guy I really like, and he's a guy I want to model my game after. And when he plays, he steps right up to the ball and hits it. I mean, there's just no thinking. The thinking is done beforehand, and then it's just acting. I'm standing over these shots, and you can see the smoke coming out my ears. You can see the gears turning and binding up in my head. I'm just standing there, waiting to feel the right, perfect feeling and get all of my swing thoughts in an order before I can hit the ball. And that's just a lack of trust, a lack of reps, and I think that comes with time, but it also comes with concerted effort and intentionally trying to grow confidence and trust in your game. I mean, one thing that Bob Rotella says a lot of is that confidence can be built, trust can be grown. It's an active process, and so that's one thing that we are going to be focusing on for the next couple of days and weeks and months and ultimately probably years, along with chipping. Those are the two things that I identified from today that could have really helped me out. I left myself, in some short-sighted situations where the chips weren't easy, but I also, left that one chip short of the green. I left the chip on 18 short of the hole. And I played with some really good chippers in this tournament, and I think that's a big realm for me to improve. And as of the recording of this, my friend Blake is helping me out with a new technique, which I'll probably get him on here to talk about at some point. But just know that's what we're addressing. We're addressing chipping and confidence and playing faster. Just getting up to the ball and hitting it and saving all those thoughts, all that thinking for before stepping up to the ball, before swinging. We don't need to be doing that while we're swinging or while we're sitting there. It all sounds great when you read it in a book. I've been reading these Bob Rotella books. It's another thing entirely when you have to do it in the real world. Having the ability to trust your game in a tournament is very different than theoretically understanding that you should trust your game. And so I think that's kind of where we're at, is being able to let go and play free. I can logically understand. I have not been able to translate it to a round that matters yet. Day 2 in the books, another tournament in the books. Again, thank you for everybody that's following along. Very grateful to have this opportunity to go play golf. I don't want it to seem like I had a miserable time or really didn't enjoy this at all, because I feel like I was a bit harsh in the day 1 video. I'm still very grateful to be able to do this, to have this opportunity, to have you guys watching, to have this incredible following and connection with everybody here. It does add pressure. Obviously, I want to do well for myself, but also for you. But that pressure is a privilege, and I'm very glad and grateful for it. So I think there's just a few things we need to tweak in our approach, and the results are going to start following after that. With all that being said, I'll see you in the next one for the 1,000 subscriber special. I truly cannot believe we've hit it. I don't want to get into it yet. I'll say all my thank yous in the 1,000 subscriber special, but if you go to my profile and check, you're going to see 1,000 next to my name, which is just unreal. So we got a lot to talk about in that realm. We also have some merch, some Ben Utah Golf merch. I don't want to say it too loud. It's coming. It's coming down the pipe. That's your first official teaser. We'll get you some more info as soon as I get it. So we got merch coming up, and we got a way for you to be directly involved in one of my tournaments this year, which is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited for.